Let you in as the Speaker gives direction.
Honorable Senators, for lack of quorum to commence the sitting, unfortunately today we have not been able to achieve that. So, Honorable Senators, there being no quorum and having rang the bell pursuant to provisions of Standing Order 42, the Senate stands adjourned until later today, Wednesday, 9th July 2025 at 2:30 p.m.
And you will understand that the Public Service Commission has provided internship opportunities to many youths in various government departments and agencies for a period of not exceeding 1 year, pursuant to guidelines on management of the Public Service Internship Program of October 2019. And since its inception, the internship program in Kenya has been instrumental in providing practical experience to graduates, enhanced employability, offered networking opportunities. Well, let's listen in to the Speaker.
The quorum bell again for 10 more minutes.
The quorum bell has been extended for another or a further 10 minutes as provided for in the House Standing Order number 40, is that at the lapse of the first 10-minute quorum bell, if the quorum is not present, then the Speaker will direct that a further 10-minute quorum bell be rung. That is what is currently underway. A further 10-minute quorum bell, of course, to at least give room for the members to quicken their steps and get to the chambers. We are seeing already a few members in the chambers. The Senator for Tana River, Danson Mungatana, the Senator for Nandi, Samson Cherarkei, the Senator for Nairobi, Edwin Sifuna, as well as the Senator for Marsabit, Honorable Mohamed Chute. Already some of the senators that we can see are in the chambers. Remember, we are looking at least 15 senators to be in the chambers for it to be deemed to have quorated and be given or pave way for it to commence its business. Pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order, Senator Miraj walking in there, as well as the leader for the minority party, Honorable Stewart Mazayo, also making his way into the chamber. Remember, at the lapse of the second quorum bell, 10-minute quorum bell, if the quorum is not achieved, or if the quorum will not have been raised, then the Senate might be forced or will be forced, as provided for in the House Standing Orders, that it adjourns until the next sitting. So we shall be keeping tabs, of course, on the numbers of the senators present. Earlier on, we saw the majority leader, or the leader of the majority party, Honorable Aaron Cheriot, get to the chambers, being the first senators to get to the chambers this morning. Kitui Senator Honorable Enoch Wambua also has made his way into the chambers. This is the live proceedings of the Senate sitting this morning on the Wednesday, the 9th day of July, the year 2025. The House is about to commence its business. However, a quorum hitch has been faced, and therefore we have to wait for that quorum to be raised, at least 15 senators. The quorum, if not raised at the lapse of this second round of a 10-minute quorum bell, then the House may be adjourned until the next sitting. However, the business that is lined up for consideration, a number of motions by individual members before the second round of the quorum bell commenced. We were looking at a motion regarding the welfare of interns working under the Public Service Commission, a motion moved by the Nandi senator. And in moving the motion, the senator is backing up his argument with regards to internship opportunities limited in number, skewed in distribution across government departments and agencies, lack of clear pathway to permanent employment, have inadequate opportunities for skill development due to the short duration that they are offered, and that the stipend offered to PSC interns is insufficient, with an average stipend ranging from 15,000 to 30,000 per month, which is not sustainable, especially to interns living in major cities, Nairobi being one of them, Mombasa and Kisumu, where the cost of living is too high. And in this particular motion, the senator will be seeking the backing of the Senate members to resolve that the Cabinet Secretary for Public Service and Human Capital Development, in consultation with the Public Service Commission, review the guidelines to the Public Service Internship Program of October 2019 with a view to increase the stipend offered to interns to cushion them against the high cost of living, and also put in place mechanisms to promote and reward innovation by interns. If you're just joining us, is that the Senate is about to commence its business. The quorum bell is currently underway, being the second round over the 10-minute quorum bell. The first round has lapsed without the House managing to raise that quorum. So now we are at the second round of the 10-minute quorum bell. If it lapses and the House has not managed to raise that much needed quorum, then the House might be adjourned. Of course, we shall also be awaiting to hear from the Speaker on how he will be directing regarding that particular situation when the 10-minute quorum bell lapses, and if the House has not raised the quorum. However, we understand that there are few members who have already made their way into the chambers. The number we are looking at is 15. So we believe that perhaps at the lapse of those extra 10 minutes, the House will have managed to raise that particular quorum. This morning, the motion by the Honorable Senator Joe Nyutu regarding implementation of an automated and decentralized certificate of good conduct system in Kenya is also part of the business that the senators this morning, if they manage, or once they manage to raise that quorum and enable the House commence the sitting, then this is also one of the business among many other businesses lined up in the order paper for the business this morning that will be considered. This particular motion seeks to have the Senate resolve that the National Police Service Commission, in collaboration with the Ministry of Interior and National Administration, develop and
Of time, we take them all. Please, short, name, question.
My name is Augustine Onsare, a diploma graduate in petroleum geoscience and an ardent supporter of climate resilience and adaptation. My question is, I've seen what you've done with your foundation on giving students opportunities to do their MBAs, postgraduate, and PhDs. My question is, do you have maybe opportunity for students who are doing from diploma to undergraduate? If there is, how can a person like me get an opportunity to do my first undergraduate?
Good point. We take it. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, morning.
Morning.
My name is Elton Butichi, a former student leader from the Premier University of Nairobi. So here is my question as a climate leader from the Climate Reality Project. Maybe most of the Kenyans and the youth, they think that this climate change issue, it's only an issue to maybe the UN. So this is my suggestion and also a question. We want climate and maybe the environment conservation to be a compulsory unit to the maybe to all the higher learning institutions, so that these people from the word go, they can they can get to know that climate is an issue. Yeah, thank you.
Fantastic point. Your name?
Thank you for this opportunity. My name is Ndambuki Orans, a development studies student at Mount Kenya University. My question, I will narrow it to the special envoy for climate change, Excellent Mohamed Ali. For the global center adaptation, which strategies the government of Kenya has taken to employ or to adopt the climate center adaptation to bring the change, especially to the local communities, local community in the climate change issue in Kenya? Which are policies that the Kenya government put?
Please, a question.
The policies the government of Kenya put to combat the climate change problems in Kenya. The last question is, do we have from the National Council of Climate Change, what maybe after the Africa Climate Summit, which are maybe how far we have gone to the climate change adaptation? Thank you.
Good point. Please.
The Excellencies and all the protocol observed. Good afternoon. You know, it's very sweet to talk after professors. And I'm very excited and proud to present the University of Nairobi in presence of our able Chancellor, Professor Patrick, and our mom, our beloved mom, Hutchison. And now, because she's here, I would like, because mine is about, I've learned about many things here, and maybe I have something that I'll be taking home today. And so I would wish to request for some very little bit time. I share something with you. And yeah.
Go. What do you want to share?
Yeah, okay. My name is Joseph Ndisha, a proud youth, Masai, a student leader from the University of Nairobi. And I stand not just as a proud student of literature who believes in power of stories to shape our futures, but a son of the savannah too. I stand before you with deep humility, clothed in the rich heritage of the Maasai community, a voice of people rooted in resilience, culture, and harmony with nature, as a voice of hopeful generation, ready to learn and grow and build. This high-level integrated dialogue is more than a meeting. It's a bridge between wisdom and innovation, between tradition and technology, between yesterday's experience and tomorrow's ambition. We are gathered here not to compete, but to connect and collaborate. Not to question authority, but to honor it, while also inviting it to walk with us into the new age. There exists sometimes a silence gap between generations, a gap of mistrust, misunderstanding, and missed opportunities. But I believe dialogue like today's is the torch that lights that gap. When leaders speak, let the youth listen. And when the youth speak, the leaders lean in for our stories, for in our stories lies our shared future. As Charles said earlier, climate change is not a threat coming tomorrow. It's already here with us today. As a pastoralist community member from the Maasai land, I've seen how rains delay, how the rivers dry, how the cattle grow thin. But I've also seen how we Africans are learning to adapt. And how we can learn and adapt is by one, education and awareness. We must educate our communities, especially in rural forums. Let climate literally become part of everyday's knowledge so that people understand why the rains are fewer and why crops are failing and what they can do. Another one is about climate and smart agriculture. In Narok and Kajiado, our farmers are learning to plant drought-resistant crops like sorghum and millet. We are embracing traditional wisdom like rainwater harvesting and blending in with modern techniques like drip irrigation. Let us promote agroforestry, planting trees among our crops to conserve moisture and improve soil health. Number 3 is youth innovation. African youths are building solar-powered irrigation skits. Others are turning plastic waste into eco bricks and affordable housing materials. What they need is mentorship, access to green funding, and policy inclusion. Let's unlock their adaptations jobs. Number 4 is about...
How many points? How many points? Good points, but how many points? Because you have 8 speakers behind you.
Okay, you can just have your seats.
No. This is inclusive
for just a bit time.
No. That goes both ways. Yeah.
Okay.
Final point, final thought. Oh yeah, exactly. This is the student of the University of Nairobi. They articulated their visions.
Yeah.
Your
okay.
final point, son.
Yeah. Okay. Let me just summarize what I have.
Yeah.
There is green governance and youth participation. Adaptation must be driven from the ground up. Include youth in climate budgeting, county planning, and community dialogues. Why? When youth lead, sustainability thrives. Even in the beadwork I wear today, present a balance with nature. The red for earth, blue for the sky, green for pasture, white for peace. If we lose the balance, we lose our way.
Thank you so much. More power to the youth, indeed. So we found our... Thank you so much. We're going to go to the next one. Thank you. You can take your seat. Come. Wait for the next person. Again, we have... If you want to have an answer, right? If there are questions and comments. If you want to have a response, there is a reality out here. In 10 minutes, the SG is heading out to the airport. So, please question, and I want to be respectful to your colleagues. Short question, and we wrap it up. Please.
Yes, Excellencies and all protocols are observed. My name is James Aningo from the University of Nairobi. I can see Mom is also here. And my question goes directly to Professor Patrick. How can GCA help address systemic challenges the youth face? Now, as we said, it's intergenerational dialogue. When we are trying to find these opportunities to travel abroad, we find more of challenges like visa denials and lack of access to funding to attend these sessions. How is GCA going to handle this? And secondly...
No, just one. Please.
All right. Thank you.
One point, good point, I'll come back to it, please.
Okay. Good. To all the protocol observes, good afternoon. Okay, my name is Fabian Adienge. I'm from the great county of Homa Bay, the county of greatest potential. Yeah, that's my mom. You people call her High Excellency, but I call her my mom, my mother. She's our mother, and she's ever right. Yeah. Yeah. So my question is, I just have one question. I have to be brief because as we are people of actions, not words.
Yeah.
Okay.
Amen.
My question is, okay, how will you ensure that youth-led adaptation solutions receive direct access to climate finance, not just through intermediaries, but through trust-based funding models? Thank you.
Thank you for that point. And we capture them all. Yes.
Excellencies and all the guests present, good afternoon. My name is David Mwangi, second year student, Chiromo campus, and the chairman of Organization of Nairobi University Science Student. The Chiromo campus is situated, sandwiched between tributaries of River Nairobi, which is currently a dump site and some trenches of some sewerage. Now I'm asking, coming from the Faculty of Science and Technology, how is my chancellor going to engage us as a student, having a lot of innovations in the part of dealing with climate change? Also, I have a proposal. With my organization. We've planned on cleaning River Nairobi. Now I'm requesting that you can give me a direct engagement. I take you through the proposal so that you can help us run it and make it a success, because we want to actualize, not just words.
Fantastic. Already on that second point, we can address it. Let's meet tomorrow. We're going to fix that meeting tomorrow, and I'll come back on your first point.
Our excellencies present in the room and members present in the room, good afternoon. My name is Joan Jemutai, and I'm here representing over 7,000 students in the Medical Students Association of Kenya. And my question is, we the medical students here in Kenya are actually not speaking words, but are actually doing actions. And with this, we have an initiative that will take place in September at Mombasa that will be a conference bringing together students from over 25 African countries. And how can we collaborate and partner with you in such matters, because it is climate action oriented and as well as public health oriented. So my question specifically is to our eighth United Nations Secretary General. How can we collaborate with you and partner in this initiative? Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Great question. Like life, the clock is ticking. So that we all know where we are. Question, and then we're going to wrap it up. Literally 7 minutes, please.
Okay, it's John Nyongesa, born leader. Actually, what David said, I'm the organizing secretary of the organization. So actually, if it's talking, we'll meet tomorrow. Thank you.
Absolutely. Count on it.
Okay, good afternoon. My name is Rebecca Fuete, an environmental sociologist by profession. A Gen Z is a lecturer. Okay. Yes. So my question is, I've heard so much about the youth and the marginalized. I'm a founder of Farmers CBO. My question is, how can we advocate for climate finance for persons with disability, especially the students in the schools? Then I have a proposal to Sankara. We met last year with the city manager of Kisumu. I request you come back. We continue with the Forest Club. Then to Global Center of Adaptation. Yeah. Last year, I advocated for the construction.
Question.
Yeah, yes.
You come to a question.
It's a question, yes. Okay. Advocated, and we through the Zero Waste campaign, we were built for a material recovery facility in Kisumu. It's a proposal if you can assist us in running the material recovery facility through the adaptation mechanisms. Thank you.
Thank you very much. The last one.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon. My name is Tobias Bele. I lead communication and knowledge management at the Kenya Climate Innovation Center. In 5 days, we launched the Youth Adapt Challenge, targeting Kenya, Tanzania, Rwanda, Nigeria, and Ghana. Please apply, 30,000 USD up for grabs. and a chance to be at Belém at COP30. Thank you so much.
Yeah, and we're going to stay with us because many of the questions were about, very understandable, right? Money. I mean, I have an idea, I want to move, where's the money? That's exactly where this fine gentleman is going to lead on. We have a Youth Adapt Challenge. We have, with gracious support and leadership from President Macky Sall and Secretary General Ban Ki-moon, we have allocated a budget within this Africa Adaptation Acceleration Program. We leave in less than 5 minutes, but I think it would be very important that you keep here, explain to all these fine people here how this works. What are the modalities? How do they apply? When is the money flowing? So please, that's one. We open it up a little bit, mindful of time. 2, several of you raised the point of education. I come about the kids' education, but the higher education. So when I was appointed as Chancellor, right, last year, I'm sure many eyebrows were raised. Why is this guy not from Kenya suddenly becoming a chancellor of the University of Nairobi? Fair point. But when I launched, together with President Ruto, the Big five transformative initiatives to transform not just the University of Nairobi, not just higher education in Kenya, but across the board. Within those 5 points, it's extremely important, one of the points was raised by one of our colleagues, is climate science education. In my world, it's inconceivable to graduate from any university, any country, whether you're a lawyer or a medical doctor or pick a field, if you haven't done Climate 101. So it's now within this Big 5 sort of agenda that we make this 101 on climate science mandatory. It's an open access course, and it is my vision and desire, Vice Chancellor, that this is open for all of students in Kenya. 1. 2, it's very important to understand what is already out there, right? So Adriana developed, 3 years ago, a so-called MOOC, Massive Open Online Course, right? Where you have the basics on climate adaptation. How much does it cost? 0. Yeah, your time. So I invite you also when we leave that Adriana walk us through what is it, the MOOC? Why is it important? How does it work? 3, for those more advanced students, right? You go from bachelor, you go to master, and some of us have aspirations to do a PhD. Very smart. I was thinking, I was appointed, if you do a PhD, you might as well just go to the top, right? University of Nairobi, great institution, nothing wrong with it. A little bit of governance challenges, which we appreciate, not really, but. So I created the first ever dual PhD program on what? Climate adaptation between Kenya and the Netherlands. As we speak now, there are 2 students fully funded in the Netherlands from Kenya doing a dual PhD. This program is open, it's running for business, we're looking for applicants. So there's also opportunities out there, which I think we all need to be aware of, because I really also sympathize. If you're a student, and my last point is basically to the first point, to go full circle, if you allow me. Also to wrap it up. Have we addressed all the questions? No. Is the team still here? Yes. They can pick it up from there. But let me wrap it up. Please stand next to me. Let me wrap it up. The point you made is very well heard. When I launched the Big 5, and I'm going to say something very personal now. I traveled the continent. I come to Kenya. And I'm going to, after you, I'm going to give you the floor, Tristan. I travel Kenya. What do I know about Makueni? What do I know about Mukuru? I go, I visit, I get the red carpet treatment, we have nice speeches, and we go. But I'm not completely naive. And this is now also, what's your name again? Joe. This is a point for you, Joe. What I really appreciate from you, that you take the floor and come with your statement head on. But I think it's, again, my point to you, Joe, is it's important to realize what is out there. So, on the Big Five, one point, of course, is about leadership, credible leadership. It's a blah blah story, but I'm from the Harvard Kennedy School, right? The leadership school worldwide. And if you go to Harvard, all these students think, oh, we're from Harvard, we're the best, this and the other. I now know, Vice Chancellor, that the University of Nairobi students, like other students in this country, are on par what's happening at Harvard. I know that. So what we have decided is to set up a leadership institute as a new partnership between the University of Nairobi and Harvard. So my offer to you, Joe, my offer to all of us here in this room is to shape this leadership institute, because transformation requires co-design, engagement from the bottom up. My final point, if you allow me, Joe. My final point is, I am absolutely, I'm not a pessimist. I am definitely not an optimist. But I'm very determined. And what I call upon all of us here, and you, Joe, is to use this determination and put it into something very concrete. Be it a leadership institute, be it a climate science 101 course, be it about projects being developed, being discussed tomorrow in meetings, but at the same time, we need to be aspirational, at the same time, practical. So, on behalf of President Macky Sall, on behalf of Secretary General Ban Ki-moon, on behalf of Governor Gladys, on behalf of His Excellency Ali Mohammed, I want to close the meeting, this part of the meeting, but I want to put you forward, Tristan. Tristan is not my son. Could have been my son, very similar. It's the first time you're in Africa. And I also want you now, and I told you yesterday, don't come with a polished speech. Don't come with something which sounds great. But you now have your first flavor after a short while here in Kenya. It would be good to just hear your very short 30-second reflection, and then we close it out.
Best? Yeah. Okay, so it feels a bit weird to finish off as a Dutch person in a Kenyan youth meeting, but I think this is a chance for me to tell you how much I admire you all and appreciate you all. In Kenya, I've seen that the Kenyan people have 3 very distinct qualities, which are your drive, your determination, and finally, your unity. And that gives me faith, and that gives me faith in that we, as a young generation in this world, can stand together, united, North and South, to battle climate change. And also, I'm convinced that you, the African youth, who will be the leaders of Africa in the future, will make sure that Africa is not only a partner in the battle against global climate change, but a leader. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. But just also to be very clear, Joe and colleagues, we're going to wrap it up. We're going to wrap it up. We're going to wrap it up. No, I'm going to wrap it up. Sorry. With all respect, I'm going to wrap it up now. Africa, it's very simple to say, Joe, this is Africa century, right? It sounds fantastic. But if you live in Mukuru, it may feel a little bit different, right? And if your voice is not being heard, you may feel, well, leadership, inclusive leadership, that sounds great, but it has to be actualized. This meeting today brings an end